Hey Taurus, how you doing? How you doing, my bull gang? I'm here for a bonus read. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. Let's get a deck, find out what's going down for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus, come here to do a bonus read for you, just to say thank you for all the ways that you have been loving on this channel. I thank you so much. Let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus, please. What do we need to know? We've got the Five of Cups in the reverse, Taurus, with the Three of Wands. And the Queen of Pentacles is here. Five of Cups in the reverse is no more regrets. I am moving into the future with no more regrets. Taurus, I feel like you've had some sort of grow up or glow up. It feels like somebody has matured or has had a moment of clarity of worth is what it feels like. So we've got the Five of Cups being in the reverse. No more regrets. I'm moving into the future. I don't think you're waiting for anybody or anything anymore, Taurus, is what it feels like. Queen of Pentacles, of course, is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. The Three of Wands is looking out there and figuring out what it is you want to do. You're not waiting for anyone or anything. I feel like you have realized that your worth and it's time for you to get moving. Tell me what is coming up in the future for Taurus here. Tell me about Taurus. We've got the Hanged Man energy. We've got the Two of Swords. And we've got the King of Swords. Taurus, the Ace of Cups is in the reverse. You know what I feel is going on here? It feels like you are in this place where you've realized that you have worth. And I think what you're doing is you're blocking anything, anyone, any situation, person, place, or thing that is going to question any of that. I feel like this Hanged Man energy was you being in a pause. You being in a pause, not wanting to say it, not wanting to do it. But the Hanged Man energy is here for a reason. It's realizing that you've got to sacrifice something. And I think what you realized you had to sacrifice was feeling brokenhearted or feeling disappointed, or it feels like you're pulling back your energy or taking back your power is what it feels like with the Queen of Pentacles energy here. You've had some sort of perspective, Taurus. It feels like a breakthrough or a realization that you've got your whole life ahead of you, that there's so many things, exciting things, wands, right? Three of Wands, that are coming up in the future. And I feel like it's time for you to go get those things. Let's find out what's going on. Look, the Ace of Cups is in the reverse for a reason. And I think it's because you've decided the heck with waiting for this path of love, waiting for the person to show up in the future. And every single reading I see on YouTube is about love. I feel like it's that. I feel like you're like, you know what? Let's put that on the back burner for a moment. And let me just sort of really deepen my love for myself. Really, understand my worth, take care of my health, make sure that I've got enough money in the bank, that I've got, it's like you're very focused on you and your pentacle world and creation, maybe adorning the home. It really feels like you have decided, you know what, I'm going into the future knowing my own worth and not really waiting for anything to show up for me. I feel like you're being really honest and truthful, but you're in this very practical head over heart energy where you've realized that, you know what, why am I waiting around for people to tell me when to unbreak my heart? Why am I waiting around for people to disappoint me with not showing up? I feel like the Three of Wands tells me that you're off into the future, or you're looking out there to see what's coming up next. Tell me what is showing up for Taurus here in the Three of Wands. We've got the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're just dropping it here. We've got the Two of Wands. I like it. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So it does feel like, Taurus, that you are on the other side of healing, is what it feels like. That you are no longer feeling in this energy of I'm going to say feeling lost, or feeling like nobody wants me, or feeling like I can't do it alone. I feel like the Nine of Wands is telling me that you're you were in this place of feeling exhausted, feeling weighed down. I don't think I have the energy. I don't want to do it. But I feel like the Nine of Wands looking over at the Ten of Wands here, looking over the head of the Two of Wands, it's telling me here that you've decided enough. I'm just going to drop it. I can't do this anymore. It feels like you were waiting. Like the 3 and the 2 of Wands to me is 5, right? And the 5 of Wands is indecision, holding back, not really sure what to do, fighting myself about what I'm going to do next or what's in the future. Well, you know what I think you start doing is you start making a plan. And I think your plan is practical. And I think your plan is focused on you instead of focused on everybody else and what they want from you, or everybody else and waiting and waiting and waiting. I think you're taking action now. The Two of Wands is here because you're making a plan to take action and leave the crossroads here. It's time for you to have some adventure, get out there and do something. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, please. We've got the Page of Swords. Got the Three of Cups. I love this energy. And we've got the Eight of Wands. Taurus, I feel like you're learning how to be happy again. How to be happy by focusing on you. Because happiness is an inside job. And really, what are we after? Are we after happiness? Maybe we're after peace. And maybe peace makes us feel happy. But it feels like this, it feels like you are peaceful here. The Page of Swords is the student, the one that's learning, is digging up things, is being very curious about what to do next. The Page is looking directly at the Queen of Pentacles here. I really do feel like, I'll just show you closely here, that you're really learning how to be peaceful by yourself. Doing your own thing, taking care of you, realizing your worth, and that you can be abundant on your own. It feels like you are finding happiness. Now, I think that you are in the Three of Cups. It is celebration and happiness, but it's also being around others. So look, I don't think that you're staying home and ignoring everybody. I think that you do have a soul tribe, but maybe it's only 2 or 3 people. It feels like you do go out and you are social. It feels like you now are hanging out with intellectually happy people. People who are curious about, how can I celebrate more? How can I be amongst other people that are also happy and heartfelt and also know their worth? We do have the Eight of Wands here. I feel like you are calling in more of the same. I feel like what you're doing is you're pushing out this energy onto people who are all around you. It feels like the Three of Cups is telling me that as we move forward, I am just going to be in a life or an energy of celebration. And I'm going to learn, I'm going to be curious about that. I'm going to explore it, but I'm also going to learn about how being in my worth, or paying attention to me and not looking for things that are external to me to bring in happiness to me, that you're learning how to be it all on your own. We've got the King of Wands, we've got the Queen of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups. So it does feel like you are looking to find people you can bond to emotionally. And the Two of Cups isn't always about love. It's about having a bond. And I think that you have a group of people, or if you don't, I feel like putting yourself out there, Eight of Wands, is going to show you that when you are happy and you do have worth, that you will attract those things, because the queens are in attraction mode. So we do have the Queen of Swords. I think who you're looking to bond with are people who are intellectual, who are very honest, people who are really motivated, people who, this is Aries energy, right? So people who are motivated to go get what they want, people who are living in their fire energy, in the right way, because being in the 9 and the 10 of Swords, or 9 and 10 of Wands, isn't really the right way. It feels like the King of Wands energy is somebody has mastered or harnessed the fire enough to, instead of being in it as it burns the place down, that you're actually just running out there and finding what you want. I feel like you are feeling so confident in your energy now that you are calling in or manifesting other people that are the same as you. So I'm going to say what you can expect coming up in the future is to find people who are intellectually like you, honest and truthful and factual. Also people who are motivated, successful, people who are who have mastered their fire, people who harness their fire in order to create or in order to be excited about the future. So I feel like you're looking for, you're no longer looking for people who are just going to go out and party for the weekend. You're looking for people you can make actual connection with here, because I feel like you have been you've come from an energy where you decided to hold back, take stock, find out your perspective. What is it that I want? What do I need to sacrifice? And I think what you came up with is what you need to sacrifice is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is in the reverse. So I feel like you've decided no more regrets. I'm just going to do the things that make me feel valued, is what it feels like here. Tell me about the Hanged Man and the Five of Cups in the reverse. And I think that you are sacrificing people, places, things, jobs, situations. I feel like you are sacrificing those things, but you're also surrendering to the universe to do it and saying, bring me what I need. I feel like you're tired of people taking advantage of you. It's the King of Swords that I feel has bossed you up just a little bit, whether you're the feminine or the masculine. The King of Swords is asking you to be honest with yourself. And are you really communicating with the 1,000 people that are on your socials? No, you're not. You don't even know 1,000 people. So I feel like it's like time to be really honest about who you really need in your life and who you don't need in your life. It feels like it's something that you really haven't paid attention to before. It felt like you were in a position where you felt like you had to protect yourself, and I don't think you're doing that anymore. I think you're being honest with yourself and no regrets. I'm going to probably cut those people out. Some of them are going to fall away on their own. Like, you don't have to really cut anybody out. Just grow. They'll fall off. They'll fall off and they'll fall away, Taurus. And I think you figured that out because you're standing in your power here. We do have the Hierophant energy. We have the Moon, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So it does feel like you're now listening to the higher self. And so you're not being as careful, I'm going to say, because it is the Moon energy here. Whereas this Moon energy is things are not as they seem. You're like, that's fine. That's okay, because I'm in my Hierophant energy. I'm listening to the higher self. I'm the one that's vibing high. I'm the one who knows the way. I've been on this path for a while. I'm always doing the right thing. And I know that when I'm in my Hierophant energy, truly standing in my structure and tradition and moving forward in my Hierophant energy, listening to the higher self, I know that when I throw it at the universe is going to throw it back. So the Moon energy doesn't really bother you because you're kind of bossed up in your Hierophant energy here. Now, I feel like the next thing that you need to decide is what you want to do. Because the Page of Pentacles is here, it feels like the world is your oyster now. The Two of Wands is here with the Three of Wands. So I feel like you've left the crossroads. It's time for a plan, taking action and going out there to figure out what it is that you want. And the Page of Pentacles is here saying, it's like this person is really looking this over in a very heartfelt way, but also in a way that is very thoughtful. Yeah, I would say very thoughtful. So you're really thinking hard about, where am I going to put my next pentacle? What do I want to bring? What do I want to materialize for myself? What is my next step? So it feels like you are looking at where you're going to put your energy next. Where are you going to put your energy next, Taurus? We've got the Eight of Cups. So it does feel like you are going through this period of detachment. The Queen of Swords is here, and she's the one who's practicing detachment. I'm just going to do the things I'm going to do, and if people don't like that I'm growing, becoming the Hierophant, staying on my own path, becoming the traditional structured Taurus that I'm supposed to be, that the universe expects of me, then I'm just going to have to leave them where they're at, because not everybody can follow you into the next season of your life here. And so that's what this says. The Sun is on the Five of Pentacles. And when the Sun is on the Five of Pentacles, there is a reason that you're leaving things behind. Yes, people are going to feel slighted. They absolutely are. But not everybody can go where you're going, Taurus, because I feel like you've done the hard work in not only doing the hard work. Look, you can do the hard work till the cows come home, but if you don't recognize it as hard work, if you don't recognize that you truly are the Hierophant, then the work is for naught. And so I feel like you're noticing that you are in this energy of power now, standing in your power, your creative power for sure. You're having some sort of a breakthrough here, Taurus, that you're on a different path or a new path, or you're looking for new opportunities to materialize in the 3D. And it doesn't matter to you, these people that fall away as you grow, it is what it is. And I feel that, we're all in this 5 of Cups at some point, because the people that we used to have in our lives are no longer in our lives. But I feel like with the sun shining here, that you're having major breakthroughs and you're in this big growth spurt. And that's why you're noticing that you are in this Queen of Pentacles energy, while you're standing in your power and noticing your worth. Because the sun is here and it's shining on the 8 of Cups. Now you're realizing why you couldn't settle for the place that you were in. Why that maybe people began to leave you on the outside looking in. And I think that you recognized it and thought, you know what, I'm not doing this with them anymore. So if they want me, they can come get me. And if they don't want me, then I'll stay on the outside looking in. But I'm going through a growth spurt, personally, professionally, financially. I feel like you're about to hit some sort of a shift in your energy, or a growth spurt that gives you some sort of realization here that you really are standing at the helm. You really are standing in your truth here. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Knight of Swords, and we've got the 10 of Swords. There it be. Look, I feel like you've grown up emotionally. This is emotional intelligence. This is having the depth and having the strategy, but also knowing that I'm just going to keep it to me. Look, I'm just going to keep it to me. And if they want me, they can come get me. And if they don't want me, then I will just make a new soul tribe, because you're leaving an old vibration to go to a new vibration, and you're finding other people that are in their power, in the King of Wands power, in the Queen of Swords power, standing up. You're meeting truthful and honest people that aren't offended when you're honest with your words. They aren't offended because they are people who have been through the fire as well. So I feel like the King of Cups is telling me that you've grown up into this emotionally sort of available, intelligent, and awareness. And the Knight of Swords is here. Now you're just being honest with people. Look, I understand that you don't like me as is. You don't like, I feel like you're just telling them as it is, just blurting it out and saying it, but you're trying to be as kind as you can as possible, because the King of Cups is here. We've got water with swords. So you're trying to make it as kind and with as much depth as possible. But I feel like you're ready to release an old cycle and the people who would be harsh in their critique on you. And you don't really need people like that around. And there's always going to be people that you are going to meet in the next vibration. And I think that you are meeting a new bonded group here of people. Tell me, what is the outcome for Taurus here? Advice, outcome for Taurus here in the future. We've got the 7 of Wands. We've got the 2 of Pentacles. And we've got the Empress. Well, there it is, my friend. That's what goes on when you become the Empress energy. And look, it's really lovely to do all the hard work to find the wisdoms of all of the queens and become the Empress, whether you are the feminine or the masculine. But it does come with loss. It does. It does come with loss, and you realize that some people are in your life for a season and not forever. And I'm not saying push people away. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying grow. Grow, and you'll see who drops away, because those people are usually the ones who aren't necessarily ready to go into the next vibration with you, because the Empress really doesn't need anyone, understand, right? So the Empress is somebody who is like an island unto her or himself. This is somebody who knows what they need, knows what they want. This is somebody who is, probably an entrepreneur, or somebody who has a high-paying position that takes a lot of their time, or somebody who is ready to birth a new creative cycle and isn't afraid to step into the next vibration. Once you get to the Empress level, it's simply just ascensions. And then you stop being scared of the ascension and the changes that come with that. So the 7 of Wands is here, and it tells me that unfortunately there is going to be these boundaries that you have to create, these boundaries between you and people you start to realize what people really wanted you in their life for. Did you bring them money? Did you bring them time? Did you bring them energy? Did you just listen to their trauma dumps? Like, what were you there in their life for? And I feel like when you realize the ones that are falling away, who aren't really interested in clapping for you as you become the Empress, because there's a lot of people that are in your life because you serve them in a certain way. And when you become the Empress and you no longer need their energy, they're not necessarily clapping for you, Taurus. So I feel like you're making a decision, and that is to put up the boundaries, because I'm going into the next cycle. And you stop really being afraid of the tower at some point. Yes, it's hard going through a tower. It's always going to be hard going through a tower, because the tower is pulling down to the ground things that were the illusion. The person you really weren't, the person you tried to be in order to stay in that vibration with people who wanted things from you, or people who were benefiting from the things that you were giving them, doing for them. And I feel like when the tower shows up, it's always for our mercy, always, because it pulls us out of situations that were never for us. And it puts us in a situation where we really have to look at things as they are, not as we want to see them. And so I feel like you are in this energy of the tower, and you're like, bring it, bring it. That's the kind of badass you are, Taurus. Bring it. Because I'm ready to ascend another time. So I feel like you're making a decision to face the tower and all the changes and the shifts that are coming here. We do have the Six of Wands here. I feel like you are moving into a time, into a place where you are getting a lot of attention. You might be moving into a time and a place where you're having realizations or aha moments or clarity, or maybe contracts for speaking. It feels like you're about to get a lot of attention here, Taurus. And we do have the Justice in the reverse and the Four of Swords. It's going to slow you down a little bit as you try and get a hold of the reasons why some things did not work out for you. I think that you are going to have a realization of why things did not work out the way you wanted them to, but the way they were supposed to work out. And I think it came from you. You began here by knowing your worth and pulling your power back. And that's what pulls you into this Empress energy. It's learning who the Queen of Wands is, and learning the lessons of the Queen of Cups, who is here, learning the lessons of the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, right? Learning all the queens is what brings you into this place where, because you have all the wisdoms, you don't really need anybody's advice or to tell you what to do. And that's just going to make some people uncomfortable. But you're getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that tells me that you're in an ascension. I'm going to go for now, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm going to go for now. Keep up your badassery. I'm going to go. Take care. Bye-bye.